Good afternoon, everybody. Tom Stewart here, Smart Business Moves. I am with Chris Zimmer. Hey, Chris, how are you today?
I'm fantastic, Tom. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I am doing awesome. Liz, how are
I'm
you
here
today?
too. I'm here too. I'm here too.
You are here.
Yes,
You're
yes.
rocking it on a Monday.
Woohoo! I like Mondays. I do like
I,
Mondays.
I know a lot of you folks know Chris. I mean, Chris is a friend of the industry. She was with ARCSI during a very challenging period of time and was an integral part of getting it moving in a positive direction. Quite frankly, if it wasn't for the work that Chris and Ernie did in the several years there, we might not even have an ARCSI to talk about. So, our thanks and gratitude for that. And we're going to be talking about that and a lot of other things today. Got some exciting stuff.
Real quick, Chris. There's Leslie. On the right-hand side of your screen, you see where it says private chat?
Yep.
Comment is right next to it. That's an actual tab. And you'll be able to see the live comments come through.
Oh, right on.
Oh, it's nifty, right?
That is.
Debbie's here.
Debbie Sardone.
Hello. Hi, y'all. Everybody's
Hey,
wanting
Leslie.
Zimmer.
Oh, it's good to see friends.
Yeah. Hey, Debbie, good to see you. I haven't seen her since Juno's birthday party.
How is Juno?
She's kind of having a rough time right now because she is, going through steroid treatment. And that's, and they're bombarding that. Yeah. A lot of people have just like a single steroid treatment and just takes them out, makes them crazy.
Yeah.
But you got a little tiny body getting hit repeatedly. So they're talking about the roid rage is real, and it's hard when you have a little tiny person. Yeah.
We were lucky when Jack was on steroids a couple of weeks ago. He just got surly.
Surly,
yeah. Well, he's a 14-year-old boy, so some of that may have come honestly. So
yeah, that's the.
What was he on steroids for?
He was in the hospital for 10 days.
Oh my goodness!
With some kidney issues.
Oh, is he okay now? 10 days is a long time.
Yes, he is remarkably back to 100%.
Oh, yay!
A little less early.
Woo! Yeah, without the surliness, that's awesome.
Right.
Well, what are we chatting about today, Tom? You have an update for us?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about relationships. It says relationships in the residential cleaning industry. We're going to talk about building relationships and community through social media. And we'll probably, go all over the place with this. But that certainly is a strong suit and expertise that Chris has. And she has some thoughts and some stuff I think is going to be useful to all of us today. And it's going to be fun, too. We'll get to go back down memory lane a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Alonzo Adams is going to be with us, a friend of the show. He's been with us several times in the past. And we're going to be talking about marketing professionalism to set yourself apart from the competition. I mean, we talk a lot on Smart Business Moves about, how it's our personal mission to promote professionalism within the industry. And there's a lot of reasons for that. We want to make better jobs. We want to provide better service. We want to build better businesses. But if you're not telling your story, if you aren't leveraging that as part of your marketing and telling the world that's what you're about, what you're doing, you're missing a big opportunity. So really what Chris is going to be talking to us about today, and that discussion kind of ties into what Alonzo is going to be sharing with us as well, just kind of taking it, in a different direction. Did we plan it that way, Liz?
Of course, Tom.
Yeah, we did.
We wish.
We get lucky. We get lucky more than we deserve, don't we?
Yes, we really do. We really do.
Wednesday is going to be an interesting and exciting discussion. If any of you guys know Perry Tate, I guess I can just stop right there. If you don't know him, he manufactures. I mean, he does a lot of things, but he manufactures a lot of products and equipment for the window cleaning industry. He lives in China. He's from Australia, but he sells his products primarily in the U.S. and in Australia. He's got some other things that he's doing that are products that he's working on that are directly related to COVID and making people healthier. And he reached out to me the other week because he saw some of the stuff that we're doing with hypochlorous acid, and he was interested, and we started talking. And I don't know where we're gonna go with that, but Perry rocks. And like I said, he lives in China, so we do this 5 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be like 5 o'clock in the morning for him when he's with us. He's gonna set his alarm clock and joining us, and that's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Thursday, secret guest on the spot. You guys know that drill.
Shoot.
What?
I really wish I had a clue right now.
Are you clueless?
Dang it. And why do I have to admit that? Yes, I'm clueless.
You set yourself right up for that, Liz.
I know. Darn it. Yeah, I'm clueless, y'all. Maybe I can get a clue by the end of the Facebook Live.
Why don't you get a clue, Liz?
Yeah, I need to get a clue. Darn. All right. Yeah, I got no clue. Sorry, y'all. You have to wait till tomorrow.
There was a Eastern European figure skater, East German, I believe, and she was really good. And I'm going back a long time, maybe 20, 30 years, and she was being interviewed, and she was trying to say she had no clue, but she kept saying she had no glue, and it came out with a G as opposed to a T. And I don't know why that stuck with me, but today, every once in a while, I'll quote her as saying, I have no glue.
Do you remember her name?
No, I have no glue.
All right, I got you.
We just got through talking about all the things that I don't remember anymore. I'll just add that to the list. I'll probably find it if I Google it. I wanted to share with you guys before.
Olga Komanichi.
Do what?
Was it Olga Komanichi?
No, I think you just mixed a couple of gymnasts together.
That's okay. I like both those names.
Natalie Komanichi and Olga, what was her last?
I don't know, but I really like that you knew Natalie Komanichi. That's awesome.
We'll move on before we dig this hole deeper. CDC came out with some new guidance on how COVID is spread, and I just posted the link in the chat. And this, some stuff that I think a lot of people have been figuring out, and we've shared on past Smart Business Moves research and blog posts and other data that was out there that would suggest that the primary source of spread in terms of these super spreader events and just people getting sick is through the aerolization of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. And CDC, quite frankly, has been dragging its feet on acknowledging that, but I don't know, maybe a lot of famous people have been diagnosed with the disease over the last few days. And, the root cause of that was believed to be a big party that they had at the White House last Saturday. And the idea that they all touched the same ladle on the punch bowl to catch it probably would be hard to swallow. So CDC is coming around, and they're telling us that it spreads through the air. They're also, and it can, stay in the air a lot longer with these small aerosols. And they're talking about stuff that's like 5 microns or less. And it's like cigarette smoke. It will linger for a long time and cover a lot of distance, which is problematic if you want to open schools and businesses, and how do you protect against that? And it's a lot more about ventilation and airflow, and a lot less about washing your hands and disinfecting hard surfaces. So in some regards, this might be bad news for the house cleaning industry, because we sell our services primarily in disinfecting hard surfaces. And if that's not as big a risk, I guess it's a two-edged sword. Maybe people would feel more comfortable about letting you in your home. At the same time, the service we provide maybe isn't as efficacious as what's maybe thought in terms of fighting fighting COVID.
Yeah, on the one hand, it's almost like, well, we can get back to normal because people were not all that concerned about disease before COVID came along, right? All they really cared about was get my house straightened and neat and tidy, and I'll be good to go. So on the one hand, it would seem like maybe they could get back to that. But if we're going to bring our germy breath into people's houses and it's just going to stay there forever, what are we going to do about that? That sounds like we're moving, like you said earlier, Tom, moving toward the N95 respirators to be cleaning in, which is not something awesome to be looking forward to.
This is part of what Perry's going to be sharing with us on Wednesday. A lot of this, I guess, is more public. I mean, it seems like that the Chinese government has shared a lot more of this with their people, maybe, than what our government has shared with ours. And for you guys that know me, I'm really apolitical. I don't have a dog in any of those hunts. I'm in favor of science, though, and he's got some tricks up his sleeve and some things that they're doing there, and his company's doing that helps purify the air, and several different approaches. One of them uses hypochlorous acid. There's a couple of other things that they do as well. If you're familiar with creating ozone, O3, that's used for like fire restoration. It's really good at like getting cigarette smoke smell out. They're doing some stuff with that at very low levels where it's safe for humans to breathe, but it will oxidize the RNA that the virus has when it's floating around in the air. Anyway, that's for Wednesday, but it's pretty good timing, just like we planned it, that the CDC is actually going to come out and make this announcement.
Another one of those just amazing things that we planned. Gosh, we're good. Dang.
It's amazing you have the heft to negotiate with the CDC.
I mean, we have the ear of the people.
Information. Yeah.
Make a phone call or two, but
Yeah, let me call Tom and fill him in. So
I didn't explain. Hey, this is Tom Stewart here. That's all it takes. So, Chris, what in the world is going on in your world?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. When we last left Arksy and Chris Zimmer, the story was, let's see, that I think I departed Arksy in 2014. So it's been, 6 years since I was last in the cleaning business. It doesn't seem that long, does it?
No.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I still maintain to this day, I tell anybody who will listen that Arksy by far and away has my favorite members, just because it's a group of independent business owners who are so invested in helping each other succeed. And in my time with the school business officials, the CPAs, the doctors, the insurance folks, all of my time since Arksy, nobody has that kind of membership. Nobody else. You guys have something really special when you have an ARCSI membership. It's just everybody is really invested in everybody else doing well, and I think that goes to speak to what Tom Alonso is going to speak on tomorrow: professionalism in the industry. That rising tide raises all boats, right? So if everybody's doing well, and if everybody has this standard at which they're operating, then everybody else looks good. So by far and away my favorite members, and you can tell that just because I'm still I've kept in touch with so many of them, like Liz, over the years. So and Tom has just recently come back around. So I am thrilled to see everybody on here saying hello. But geez, in the past 6 years, like I said, I have stayed in associations doing marketing and communications, and that has been everything from social media to I worked with the building trades in Ohio for a while. So that's construction unions. And I will tell you a funny story. It's actually how this haircut came to be. I used to have hair that was kind of like Liz's. And when I got involved with the building trades and had to go into these tough guy union halls, I felt like I needed a haircut that was like, I mean business. And so I would go in I have this winter coat that's white and has gold sparkles, and I used to wear it with a leopard print scarf and these like 3.5, 4-inch heel boots. And I felt like I just needed to kick in the door and go, ba-na-na-na-na. So the haircut went with all of that. Get them to take me seriously, because you don't see a lot of women in the building trades. But they were great. It was a great, well, I'll tell you what, I never had to carry a box and I never had to open a door at that job.
Nice.
But a lot of that was going out into high schools also and making presentations about the building trades to a lot of juniors and seniors who were thinking, what are they going to do after they graduate? So that was, boy, if you can withstand giving a presentation on a career to 16, 17, 18-year-olds and still come out alive, you are a stronger person for it.
Yeah, I can totally believe that. When I just had to talk to my son at that age, I'm like, every conversation made me feel like battle won. Okay, I'm ready for the next one.
I need to go to my corner and regroup.
No kidding. That's a tough group right there.
So just, a lot of humor, and, there was also a lot of candy, full-size candy bars to get them to pay attention. So like, know your audience.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, candy bars is good.
A bribe.
Yep.
I still use candy bars today, right? Candy bars just work. I like candy bars. They work on me.
That is good to know.
That's right. I just so you know, Mr. Goodyear. That's my candy bar.
Goodyear. Goodyear.
I said Goodyear. I don't know. What it's called.
That's
the one that
has.
I don't eat a lot of candy, just saying. But the one that has peanuts in it.
Mr. Goodbar.
Mr. Goodbar. All right, Goodyear, Goodbar, y'all. They're close.
I'm like, are you gnawing on a tire over there? Like
no,
a Goodyear
bar.
So I've been in communications a lot of different ways, whether that's in person, talking to members and talking to high school kids, or whether that's social media or blog posts, or everybody has a newsletter. So I've been doing a lot of that, and I do a lot of newsletter and social media in my volunteer roles. Also, I volunteer with a group called Moms to Be here in Columbus, Ohio, that works in underprivileged neighborhoods with pregnant women, and pregnancy and family planning education, and getting them the resources they need. And then I'm on a district board for the Women in Reform Judaism, and I somehow got snookered into being their bulletin editor as well. Hey, you do that, that, don't you? And so all of a sudden I'm on a board with 15, 70-year-olds and me.
Awesome.
A lot of my humor goes zew on that board, but that's okay. Sometimes they're just for me.
It sounds fun though. It does sound like you're busy doing some fun stuff that you like, and that's important too.
I am. I've always said membership organizations are the place to be, because when you get folks who are willing to give you not only their money, they're paying you dues, right? But and paying for products and services, but they're willing to give you your time too, which is the most valuable thing anybody has. Those are your people. Those are your ride or die, who just love the organization and will help you along. And especially, I mean, like I said, when I started out, ARCSI has all of those people who were just invested. And so when you get invested members or invested clients, that's just a special place to operate. And that's where I've spent my career. I've been really lucky.
Well, we are going to be doing some things that I'm kind of excited about, and I kind of am very excited about, because Liz and I have been working on plotting in planning our plotting. That didn't sound, but we are. We're plotting our course moving forward and planning what we want to do with Castle Keepers Institute, formerly known as Cleaning Business Builders. Foundations program that we do. Liz is doing a lot with the mastermind accountability groups. And, we've been working on Made Central, the actual software platform proper, been getting some pretty exciting traction there. Coming to the realization, though, that Made Central is more than just a piece of software. It's really a business model. And it's really more of a business model that's got a piece of software to support it. And a lot of stuff that we've done with our training programs over the years and the things that we've just learned in the industry over the years have gone into that. I mean, for you guys that know the story, we've been building the software for 25 years. And Liz and I have often lamented that, we have a lot of stuff we have a lot of great stuff that nobody knows about. We have a lot of different ways that we can help the industry, help the people that work in the industry, help people who own businesses in the industry. Having a great product and promoting a great product are two different things. And then a lot of it's about building a community and telling a story. And had an opportunity to start chatting with Chris about that, some over, last little while. And basically talked her into, I don't say twisted her arm. I don't know if it was that coercive, but certainly pitched her on our vision, what we wanted to do. And Chris, has a soft spot in her heart for the residential cleaning industry and, the quality and the character of the people that work in it. We're doing something to help. So she's joining our team, and she is going to be helping in a lot of different ways, but primarily helping us get our story straight and articulated in a way that's going to be useful to all of our shareholders. And we're excited about that. Welcome aboard, Chris.
Thank you. I'm excited to have the opportunity. I'm just beyond flattered that that you would think of me for this. Like you said, I do have a soft spot for folks in the residential cleaning business, and I know how hard everybody works to make their living, and I know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur. And so when you take those two things together, and combine that with the resources and the business model that you all have put together, I think this has the possibility to get everybody really rowing the same way, so that, again, rising tide lifts all boats. So, if everybody is rowing the same way and operating a professional cleaning business, it just only elevates the cleaning business, the industry altogether. So I'm super excited to be a part of that and just get to tell your story, because just talking to you, Tom, about kind of the iterations you and Liz have gone through over the past, I don't know, I guess it would be 5 or 6 years, right about the time I was launching from Artsy. You guys were launching everything from CBT to modern cleaning to foundations to, I'm sure I've forgotten at least 15 of your businesses at this point, but you guys have you're right, you have some really remarkable resources that I think we need to tell the story and get it out there. I don't think cleaning technicians should be viewed any differently than folks who are specially trained. I kind of view them, and correct me if this is a wrong assumption, but I kind of view them as folks not unlike my heating and cooling guys. Like I would not mess around with trying to fix my furnace myself. I want somebody who is specially trained to do that. I would not mess around with, although I have, with disastrous results, cleaning with bleach, which Liz has told me repeatedly to stop doing. And to stop cleaning my mirrors with paper towels. So I have learned nothing, but what I do learn is that I need a professional in here to help me. So that's how I kind of view the cleaning business, that you all are specially trained to do some important work. And I think if we get everybody thinking that way about themselves as well, that you're doing important work here for a lot of people. That's half the battle.
Yeah, getting that message out there. I agree. We all have to sort of get on that same mindset, and not just that we're doing important work. That's like the big first piece, but we also have to get to a point where we all agree on professionalizing this industry as being valuable, and that it makes good sense that we all act in a professional manner, that separating ourselves out is not helpful for any of us. It's not helpful for the people that are trying to be very, very professional, and it's not helpful for the people that are like, yeah, I just want it kind of as a hobby. Neither one of the groups is served best by that disparity. So,
right.
Yeah. So like, how does this impact like our business owners that we have on the Facebook Live, Chris? Like, what can they take away from this? Like, how should they be figuring out their message, and what is it that they're trying to do and get across? And what?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm just going to ramble a little bit more.
I was on a call with Tom earlier today, and Mindy too, Liz, where it was with Carrie Knight. Is she the cleaning boss? Is that what her name is? I think. Anyway, she was telling us that we're really solving a problem, and that is giving people their time back. And so I think if you look at it that way, we're not just doing something they don't want to do, right? We are giving them their time back. We are helping them prioritize what is important in their lives. And that may be more time at work so they can get ahead. That may be more time with their family. That may be just time traveling or, enjoying life. Whatever that looks like for you. But I think that's the real takeaway, is that we have to stop looking at ourselves as a cleaning company and start looking at ourselves as problem solvers who help people prioritize what is important in their lives. That would be what I would say the takeaway is today.
Yeah. Okay. I do like that.
That's a huge part of it. I mean, we're doing a lot more than just making somebody's home, look better. You're saving them time, improving the quality of their life, and the world is so hectic now. I mean, that's more valuable now than ever, arguably. You layer over that, doing it in a safe and responsible way, where you're keeping clients safe, you're keeping your cleaning professionals safe. And then you got the environmental component of doing it in a way where you're keeping the world safe. There's a lot of opportunity for us as cleaning professionals to make a positive contribution to that, or if we aren't being responsible, making a negative impact in that regard. And the more we can elevate our game to appreciate that we have multiple stakeholders, that's the term that I like to use. It's like, we have a business, and the business needs to be profitable. And as an owner, you need to be making money. But in order to really be as successful as we all want to be, we can't just do that, in a silo. There's no win-loses in this game. Everybody wins or everybody loses. Yeah. So you have to take care of your employees, and you have to make better jobs, and you have to take care of your clients and provide great service. I mean, obviously, you're not going to grow a successful business if you don't treat your clients well, and if you provide bad service. You're not going to grow a successful business if you aren't looking out and doing everything that you can reasonably do to take care of your employees. So at the heart of this, that's kind of a different way of talking about professionalism. And the deeper we have an understanding of that as cleaning professionals, the better opportunity we have to not only share that with our stakeholders who care greatly about that, but also incorporate in our businesses in a way where we're able to execute that. And it doesn't happen by accident. And again, that's part of how Chris is going to help us all get better in this mission to professionalize the industry, because, if we don't know how to do it and we aren't sharing how to do it and sharing examples of how it's being done and done well and best practices, if you will, let's be real. One thing is very important. I want to say, none of us have all the answers in this regard. In some regards, we are like explorers, where, we're Lewis and Clark, and we're on the East Coast, and we're pointing west, and we know that's where we want to go, but we don't know exactly what that's going to look like or what's over the next mountain range until we get there. But, if we, can all appreciate why this is a worthwhile vision and share that vision, we can work together to make it happen.
Well, and I think an analogy, Tom, because great explorers would share their information. Oh, hey, this is what's over this mountain, so maybe you don't want to go this way. Maybe try heading down around the river. And so you look back or look to your compadres to your side and say, hey, what are you seeing? Because this is what I'm seeing. And that's what all the best business networks do, is everybody benefits from the information, whether that's coming upstream, whether that's coming downstream, whether it's coming from the side, from professional colleagues where you're on the same level. I think it's important to take all of those perspectives into account.
Yeah, I agree. And one more thing that I think gets short shrift in our industry is professional cleaning companies do one more thing that is really, really a big deal. They take away the stress. And in today's day, stress is a really big thing. Being able to relieve stress is huge for people. I mean, how many people do you know? I know a lot of people that are on medication to be able to manage their stress levels, because stress is just such a huge thing these days, anxiety, stress. And when people's homes are dirty, they feel stressed out. They can't perform. They can't be their best selves. And that's how I feel. I know, like, if I have a plumbing problem or an electrical problem, or simpler, my washing machine breaks. Like, yes, my husband can fix the washing machine. He can figure it out. He can get in there. He can pull it apart. But really, no, I just want to call the washing machine repair guy. And I want him to come fix my machine, have it be done. I'm happy to give him the money. Just tell me how much it is and come. Just come. And so, because I really just don't want the hassle of it. Can I do it? Yeah, I could do it. Tim could do it. I could get my brother-in-law. There's a lot of people. My son, we could get a whole party together, and yeah, we could fix the washing machine.
And have your parts strung out all over your laundry room for the next week, right?
Or how long? And how long is it going to take me to get them all there? And then, how many times is it going to leak in between, right? And afterwards, how many times am I going to have to call somebody back and say, honey, it's still leaking. I don't know, it's still not working right. It's making a weird... I just want to call the guy, give him his money, and let him do it the right way. And really, I think that's a big part of what we do. People just don't want that hassle. They have other things to think about, and they just don't want to have to deal with it. They want to be able to just go and do whatever without having to worry about this thing. So, I mean, taking that pressure off is a really big thing. And like it or not, still in this day and age, many, many women feel, and yeah, I'm saying it, I'm going down the gender roles, y'all, but many, many women feel pressure by a dirty house. They feel pressured, like it's on them, like they should be doing better. Yep. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm talking even young women, right? In their 20s are still feeling that way. So, I mean, I feel like it's a huge service. Yep, there I am up on let me get back up on that soapbox. I'm going to climb back down now. All right, there we go. There. So, but it's a thing, right? Removing that stress, just removing the stress so that people can enjoy themselves, enjoy their lives.
So in order to do that and to do that well, at the heart of it is promoting professionalism, though, because we have an obligation to do it and do it the right way, and making sure that we're taking care of all of the stakeholders who are trusting us to do it the right way.
Yeah, because if I call the washing machine repair guy and he leaves parts strewn out my kitchen throughout my kitchen, and I still have a little bit of a leak later, and his repair van leaks oil on my driveway, and he spreads dirt all throughout my floor, he's not a professional. He's not making my life easier. He's not taking away my stress. He's compounding it. So absolutely, that professionalism is such a huge piece. The whole only reason I want to call him is because he's going to take away all my problems. And he's not even. I'm not even calling him because he's going to, make my life easier. He's just going to eliminate any problems, and I'm not going to have any more. I'm going to be done with it.
Yep. He will be accountable.
Yeah.
He will be accountable. Absolutely.
And you're doing your research, and you're hiring someone with a track record that's been trained, that is like certified, recognized by the manufacturer of the equipment that you want to have repaired. You're not just going out on Craigslist and grabbing the first person that says that they work on washing machines. I suspect your first step is to go to the website for the people who made the washing machine, and they recommend, well, these are the people who we trust to fix your washing machine that we made.
Right.
So as it pertains to the house cleaning industry, that's where training and certification, and that's an important dimension of it as well. And we've taken the PHC program and have recently partnered with ARCSI, and that's being recognized as an industry certification program. Quite honestly, the timing of that wasn't excellent, because we started working on that at the same instance that COVID kind of took their annual trade show and turned it upside down. And as a fallback, they're doing a virtual trade show convention, which is sucking a lot of the air out of the room, quite honestly. But there's some really cool things that are be coming down the pike shortly to help promote the PHC training program as an official certification program recognized by the association, by the industry's trade association.
Is that something Alonzo's going to speak about tomorrow too, Tom?
We will be talking about that tomorrow.
Okay. And you said something, Tom, where I'm like, if I was getting my washing machine fixed, I'm not necessarily going to go and find out who created my washer, but wherever I bought it, I'm going to get their warranty, because I know that they're only going to be giving me a warranty by somebody who is a professional. I'm not going to worry about that. That's the only people that are recommended, are the people that are the professionals, right? The only way you're getting any kind of an other recommendation is those come with problems. Well, he doesn't have any kind of licenses or anything, but he'll do the job for you for $20. No, thank you. I just want to pay the money and just get the job done. Katerina,
I was just going to mention Katerina's comment too. Go ahead, Liz.
Yeah, I love your comment, Katerina. That's awesome. That really is such a great thing, and that really is what we're doing, right? We're making them feel better. We are helping them feel more normal again, especially right now. It does take away the stress. It does even more, I think, than giving them back time. It just removes the stress. It makes people be able to feel like I can take a deep breath and exhale for a change. Like, okay, now I can do whatever it is that I want to do. But until I get this monkey off my back of this filthy house, I can't even move forward. I can't even figure out what to do next.
Well, and something we haven't really talked about is how much time people have spent in their houses in the last 7 months, right? Like, so it's getting so much filthier, so more frequently with all of us here all the time, whether we're, not going out to eat as much or aren't at work as much. And so we're, maybe changing clothes twice a day or whatever. You've got your I've got to go to Zoom shirt on versus your what I was wearing 20 minutes ago shirt on. So, there's a lot of mess that happens when you're not leaving your house nearly as you were, 8 months ago.
And kids in a space. I mean, you can't downplay how much mess children can make over long periods of time like this. I'm just like, it's never ending. When is the chance to like get it all caught back up again? Right? It's like, no, 5 minutes later, they're trashing everything again. I know people are just beat down. They're worn out.
Well, and I think that's why Katerina's comment is so important about, making people feel normal again. That's brilliant, Katerina. Congratulations on that great review and on doing a fantastic job.
And leverage that, Katerina. How can you leverage that? Google My Business, your Facebook page. Where's that thing going? It's pretty. It's real pretty. Yeah, I've used that. That's very nice. So looking forward to, and speaking to the topic, actually, right? Social media, right? How can you use that?
Yep. Where can you put that? Put it all over the place.
Yeah. I even think you could maybe cut that down just a little bit, and it could be under your signature on your email. That might be a nice place for it. I feel like there's a lot of great places that could go. It's beautiful. And I'm guessing, Denise, you have one that's very similar. I'm guessing, Leslie, you have one that's very similar. We all know, of course, that Debbie does. So Marlo, I know that you have one that's very similar. Y'all how can we use those when we get them? Because now's the time. They're so pretty. So pretty, Katerina. Well, I even feel better. You even made my day feel better. I'm even feeling a little bit more normal.
We are really getting lucky today. We were talking at the beginning of the show about I have no glue, and it was a figure skater.
Okay, who is she?
Her name was Katerina Witt.
What?
Katerina Witt. Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
Katerina.
Katerina chimed in. It's like, okay. I don't know if you remember her or not, but
I don't. She looks.
I was going to say, I remember a black outfit. Yeah.
I remember her. She looks familiar, but I don't remember her name. But a little bit different spelling. But how funny is that? That you got? It's the same. Katerina again. See, the Katerinas are making us feel good today. Good job, Tom.
Just the way we planned it.
Yeah. Because we are that Machiavellian-ish. I need a good word for that. Yeah. All right. So what else? Yes, I know. So, Chris, like when you are thinking about social media, are there like different channels or anything that are better? Or are there like different strategies that work best or that we should focus on or anything like that? You got any hints for us?
Sure. I guess you need to find out where your customers are. And I would wager to say, I'm starting some research into this now, but I would wager to say that a lot of your targets are likely on Facebook, right? Because Facebook is where a lot of the women ages, 27 to, 56, whatever, hang out. That's where they're catching up with high school friends and college friends and family and whatnot. So I would say that's your best bet. If you're going to go one social media channel for right now, that's where it is. Instagram and TikTok and places like that are a young person's game. And I know you were saying that, even the 22, 25-year-olds were feeling feeling stressed out about how their home is looking. They feel the pressure on that. That's likely where they would be. And Twitter, I find Twitter, unless you are posting on there constantly, unless you have a full-time social media person, it's so easy for messages to get lost in tweets because they're happening so free, millions and millions of them just all the time. So unless you have somebody who's posting on there 15 or 25 times a day, that's really what it takes for you to get noticed on Twitter. It's good to have a Twitter handle because, especially in the service business, people will tweet at you to try and get you to solve a problem. I had that experience actually last fall. We were on a Royal Caribbean cruise and could not get anybody on the cruise to help us with the water that was coming through our ceiling, right? So I tweeted at them, and it was really interesting to watch how they got back to me very publicly and then took it offline to solve the problem.
Wow.
But people are watching to see if you answer those tweets for your problem customers. You're going to want to acknowledge it, apologize, and then take it offline to solve the problem. So that's my quick tip today.
Yeah, that's actually good. So I know that I have a Twitter handle, but I don't remember what it is. I haven't been on Twitter in
Ask Mindy.
forever. Yeah, she probably yeah. Although she doesn't really do anything with social media. She hates social media. She's like, she just like, if she has to. But do I have to go to Twitter to find out if anybody was tweeting me, or would it like come on my phone, or?
It depends on if you have Twitter on your phone. You would see notifications that people were tweeting at you. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I will. I'll double check.
If you have no notifications, that can be both a good thing and a bad thing. It depends what they're tweeting at you about. So.
Yeah. All right.
But Facebook is really, and don't discount paying a few bucks to get your message heard. Also, Facebook has done a really good job of figuring out market segmentation, whether it's gender or age bracket or zip code, or they have really got data analysis and segmentation down to a science. So it can be a relatively inexpensive way to get your message out to more people in your area.
I think it's hard for people with, knowing that they're going to have to do this, because it feels like taking on almost like an entire new job. Like, I already have a job. I can't do this job. So a lot of times people are hiring someone, or they are supplementing what someone else is doing. I know that most of the people I know hire someone to do it. And, most people are using like Hootsuite so that it goes out to multiple channels, etc. But it just seems like a lot of work for the business owner to be doing well.
It is. And it's a double-edged sword, because a lot of people think, get a young person to do it, right? And while what young people will understand which channels are for who, a lot of folks in a certain age range don't yet have the business maturity to know what your voice is, right? How do you want your company to sound? How do you want to reply to messages or posts or things like that? So I would say, yes, young people, even if you have a young cleaning tech who might want to take on additional responsibilities, you can work with them because they're already in your business. They already know what the brand is you're trying to put, or they should know what the brand is you're trying to put out there. And so I would say young folks are fantastic, but because they know the channels and they know, and they're always on their phones, right? That's So
they're already doing it. Yeah.
Right. They're already doing it. But I would caution, make sure that they are the folks you want representing your brand out there, because online is forever.
Right. Yeah, let's not forget that piece. We might want to repeat that. Forever.
Online is forever, ever, ever.
There's a lot more coming, but we just wanted to kind of get the ball rolling, introduce Chris, talk a little bit about the topic. Got some exciting stuff in the pipeline. Stay tuned. We are at the top of the hour.
I just real quick, Tom, since we still have 3 minutes, I'm just going to slip this in there real quick. For those of you that are on this Facebook Live or watching it later, if you're not registered for the convention, I'm going to highly recommend that you get your little booty over there and register. The price, y'all, is nominal. It's going to be some of the best money that you're going to spend this year. I promise you that it will be. They are putting a ton of effort into making this an excellent event because they know the situation, right? So the powers that be are really putting in a ton of work. It's going to be a great event. And how many times have you not done something, and then the event is going on and you see all the pictures on Facebook and everybody talking about what they're doing and everybody talking about who they're seeing, and you're like, dang it. Well, I'm going to say, you got to do it now, because no travel, no hotels, nothing, y'all.
If you're ever going to do it, now's the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we can absolutely always have Chris on, Denise. You let us know what you want to hear from Chris, and we will bring her on. Well, just to be clear, though, y'all, so you know, we don't pay any of the people that come on to Smart Business Moves, right? Every single one of them ever has always been a guest on our show. And so Chris also, she's also a guest, but Tom did tell her that she didn't have to start working for another 2 weeks. And we've kind of already put her to work, making her do stuff. So this is not one of them, because this is a freebie gig anyway, everybody does. But we don't want to force her to be doing too much stuff. She does have other things she's trying to get done right now, wrap up before she's working with us full time.
But I would love, Denise, if there are questions people have, I would love to get questions, and I'd be happy to come back and answer some specific questions people have about social media.
And in a couple of weeks, when Chris is formally, part of our team, formally working with us, you'll have opportunities to hit her up in social media, and you guys can have that discussion where our larger community can all benefit from the discussion.
Yes, and I see that you are very intuitive, Denise, because she does have a depth of knowledge that we're going to be wanting to tap into. So yay for you.
Yay for us.
Yeah, yay for us.
So I guess to register for the show, I'll drop this link here. They extended their early bird special. Was that what we said Friday?
How
long?
Well, I don't know if it's still going on, but what I can tell you is somebody registered on Friday. It was supposedly after the early bird. Don't anybody tell anybody, but she still got the discount. So I don't know if they're just, they haven't noticed. They're busy. They've got other stuff going on, but take advantage quickly.
You don't know anybody who would ever forget to update their website, do we, Liz?
No, I would never, ever. Yeah.
It says September 30 here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Shh, don't keep talking about it. Stick the link in. Y'all go check it out, because seriously, at least one person that I know registered on Friday and got the discount. It was $99.
Look at all the talent you got here, though. You got Brandon. I mean, we're working with Carrie now. She's coaching us on some sales training this week. Liz, we know her. Don Finn is going to be a guest on Smart Business Moves sometime here in the very near future, I understand.
next week.
Awesome. Don is an HR guy. I know him. He is an attorney. He represented plaintiffs, and he got sick of. He couldn't look himself in the mirror anymore. So he got out of that business and started an HR firm, and he tells you how to basically how not to get sued. And he knows all the ins and outs of COVID and all the things that he knows a lot of things about a lot of things, but he's very entertaining. We're fortunate to have him lined up. If you have
not very many people on the page right now, but there are a ton of speakers, y'all, and a ton of great things going on. I know. There, Debbie will be there. What were you saying, Chris?
That I was noticing on the page Tom was just on that it looks like a mix of live and on-demand programming also, which means you can't say you don't have time.
Right. Very good. That's right, Chris. Yep. That is not an answer. And look at all those on-demand people. Kedma O, if you guys don't know her, oh my goodness. You need to check her out. Carrie's on there. Kurt Kempton. I mean, really, who couldn't just watch Kurt Kempton for a couple of hours, regardless of what he's saying? He's so smooth. He is just so smooth. And he's entertaining. He's always interesting. I mean, he's just a great speaker. Debbie's on there, of course. RJ, Sharon Timberg. Y'all, yeah.
Alonzo. Yep.
Yeah.
Yusuf, he's been his wife have been a guest on Smart Business. I see a lot of people here that have been on Smart Business Moves, and a couple who haven't but need to.
And Renee O'Brien, we haven't seen her in a while. We need to. I can't wait. And Megan.
We are
sorry, Tom.
over. I apologize. Smart Business Moves. If you haven't subscribed, first name, email, first name, last name, really easy. Resource page. I'll get this most recent information from the CDC, their guidance posted on our resource page. Tomorrow, Alonzo is going to be with us, and we're kind of going to pick up on this discussion, but go off in a little different direction. And, Alonzo is going to be bringing it. So make your popcorn and be here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. You guys have a good evening. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, y'all. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so
Good
much.
to see you.
Bye-bye.